Hello and welcome to Conference Profit Maximizer. I want you guys to let me know in chat, what do you have coming up? Like, what is an event that is coming up? We have some good ones in the health space coming up. I know National Nutrition Standard is doing their continuing education credits. I think this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. IHH, I think, is this weekend. Mindshare is coming up. Shout out to JJ for being the leader of that community. So awesome. Been around for such a good time. I saw some of my dear friends are from that community, but certainly some of my favorite clients have been through that community. And so I'm curious, what do you have coming up that you have invested money in to go attend? Okay. This might be, HIX is coming up, right? The Health Intelligence Exchange by Biocanic, that's coming up too. Okay. So we have all of these cool events in the health entrepreneurship space and the health and wellness space. Some we're going to extend our education, right? To learn more. Some we're going to get business strategies or marketing strategies. Some we're going specifically to network. But the truth is, we can network at any and all of those events. All right. I would argue that in order to maximize the investment in the time for the ticket just to attend, and then you've got your flights and your room and board while you're there, like, you could be throwing down some serious cash, and I want you to get a really high ROI on that investment in your time and your energy and your travels. Okay. So I had shared this as an Instagram tip to go ahead and get yourself ready for these conferences in a way that can maximize your profits instead of feeling, gosh, I feel like buried is the right word, on Monday morning after a conference that you've gotten back to your office. And there's two things at play, right? You have pressure to maximize your return on the investment by following up with everybody. Like, okay, I met this person who would be great for collaborations. I met this person whose supplement line is amazing. I want to use that. You've got all of these things that you on your to-do list now to follow up and maximize having gone to that conference. Okay. But when you come back from being away, what else is going on? Your email might be a little bit stacked up. You might have a ton of patient things waiting to do. Your staff might need a whole big bunch of stuff. So you kind of get like hit with a double whammy. You've got like right hook, left hook, right? Where you're getting hit by the need to follow up with everyone so you get an ROI on having gone to that conference. And then you also have to catch up from being gone. Okay. I would like to disappear that for you altogether. Instead, I would like to give you what I'm calling the Conference Profit Maximizer. And that is a simple way that you can have assets ready on your phone, so that you can simply have someone else pull out their phone. They can scan the QR code and they can go directly to a Calendly link that gets you into a collaboration. I call mine contact collaboration exploration, and it is a very short call. Okay. Mine is at 30 minutes right now, just in case we need time. But I'll be honest, oftentimes we finish those calls in a quick 15, 20 minutes. We're like, okay, yeah, this is what I want. This is my content that'd be great for your people. Your content that would be great for my people. Great. We just took chocolate and peanut butter and we made a delicious peanut butter cup. Okay. So instead of hitting that Monday morning and have a bunch of follow-up, it's just going to happen in real time. It can happen immediately if there's a resident match and you guys know that you need to, connect together. Or if you go out to lunch or dinner or you're networking and you figure it out then, it's available. I want you to have a few different QR codes available, and I want you to have a few assets on your phone. Okay. I have a document for you that all of this is in. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put my Instagram code up here, because if you DM me, just scan that code and go to my Instagram. If you DM me conference, if you DM me just the word conference, I have it set up to auto deliver for you. So you don't have to wait for me to get into my messengers and manually give it to you. It'll just auto, reply the link and you can have it. You don't have to opt in for anything. You don't have to do your name and email. It's nothing. It's for you. Okay. So go to Instagram, DM me conference, and you'll automatically receive it. Okay. I'll show it to you. It looks like this. Okay. It's a Google document. It's a Google document, not a PDF on purpose, because I want you to go in and change it. I want you to overwrite this, and I want to add your own notes, and I want you to customize this so it feels like you. It feels really honestly, legitimately, clearly like your personality and your brand. Okay. So I want you to make sure that you can do a 30-second introduction of yourself that makes sense for you, that aligns for you. Okay. And the reason for that is, man, have you gone to conferences and you've been talking to somebody for a little bit and then you walk away and you're like, I still don't exactly understand what that person does. Okay. So the first piece of it is so that you can get rid of that altogether. So I would be like, hi, I'm Joy, the CEO of Heal at Scale, and we help health entrepreneurs literally heal at scale. Like, we help take what they do and do it at scale. Easy peasy, right? You want people to be able to understand exactly what you do in a sentence or two. Okay. They shouldn't be like 10 minutes into the conversation and not know. All right. So that's the first thing I want you to do. That's pretty easy. Okay. This second piece is where I got a lot of questions on Instagram, which is why I decided to put together this session so that you don't have to guess. This piece here where it's, let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, let me zoom in. Okay. So see where it says like essential tools and links to have ready on your phone? That's what I'm going to help you with today. Okay. So we're going to hop into Canva. So if there's a way, like if you're watching me on your computer, if there's a way you can have one screen where you're watching me and there's one screen where you have your Canva account open, then you can get this done now, like together. You can actually use the time that you are watching this video, not to add another thing to your to-do list, but to actually get this done. Okay. And this will serve you really, really well. Okay. I noticed that someone scanned this code, right? Well, how cool would it be if you had QR codes just like you're seeing on screen right now on your own phone, and people could just scan them and they could book a session with you for you two to collaborate about how to expand your audience. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So I want to make sure that you need to assess this for your business, but these are the suggestions that I'm going to go with. I'm going to say this first one here, your affiliate sign up link. No, this first one, the collaboration exploration. That is the most important one. So if you're just going to do one with me today, please let it be that one. Okay. But if you are a practitioner who has an affiliate setup, you already have your affiliate program set up. And if you're like, Joy, what the hell is an affiliate program? I don't even know what that is. I don't know what you're talking about. Obviously, you don't need to make a code for that. So don't waste your time. Okay. When you have your affiliate program, it just means other people who respect you and appreciate what you do can promote your offers, and then they get a commission. They get a slice of the pie just for putting what you do and your offers out in front of other people. I love affiliate traffic. Okay. Some of my most successful promotions have been paid traffic. So this year I would say it would be like a combination of affiliate plus paid plus ads. Okay. So if you don't know what affiliates are, it is worth diving into and it is worth figuring that out. So let me put something on screen here for you. If you don't know what that is and you want to put like your big boy business pants on or big girl business pants on, and you want to have group programs and private label supplement lines and lab test funnels where you're selling testing at scale, not just testing to your existing clients, but you're selling testing at scale, I highly recommend that you book a game plan session with us. And let's take a look at what you're doing in the one-on-one setting and see how we can move it to group. Because if you're good at what you're doing, we can help you scale that. That's why the business is called Heal at Scale. Okay. So you can definitely book that with us. All right. So I'm going to go ahead And one more thing really quick, I will put this on screen here for you. I think I can leave it on screen if I go sideways like this. Yeah. Okay. So if you would like the handout that I was just in on my iPad, this one here, if you want that, this list of how to maximize your profits at conferences, it's a Google Doc and you can totally score it. Use that QR code. It'll take you to my Instagram, message me the word conference, and you'll automatically have it. Okay. And the part that we're going to deploy together, once again, just to re-present you, is this piece here where we're actually making the essential tool. And what is the essential tool? Let's get into it and let's show you. Okay. So I'm going to put my iPad over here. We won't need that for a little bit. Okay. Unfortunately, I was having an issue like sharing my phone with you today. So I hope that that snag goes away by the time we have the assets ready. We'll see. If not, you'll see the QR codes. They're the right size of your phone. We'll all be able to figure it out. That's the fun of live video, right? We never know when everything's going to fire perfectly or when it's not going to work. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my Instagram, or not my Instagram, my Canva account. Okay. So if you have a Canva account and you can do two windows, so you can watch me and you can open your Canva, that would actually be make the highest and best of use of your time in being here with me today. Okay. So I'll go ahead and pull this up in case I see anything. Let me get this open. And now I'm going to share screen with you. I will take this out of the way so you can see my screen better. All right, here we go. We are going to come right on into Canva. Okay, so really quick, I just want to make sure, can you see that? Yes, okay, this is perfect. So you should be able to see my Canva screen right now, okay? So I want to take this back out just a little bit and I want to let you know, well, I don't have to change screens because you won't be able to see it, but I want to let you know how I got started, okay? So if I was out at the beginning, so let me come back out here. Will it let me? Okay, so let's just start out here, okay? So when I was out here in the beginning of Canva, just to give you from the very, very, very beginning, okay? So if I was to take this from the very beginning, I would come out here to Canva and I would decide to create a new design and I would do a custom size. So I would choose this option right here, custom size. And I want this to be exactly the size of my phone. Okay. I would type it in here for you, but it already exists. 1080 by 1920. So 1080 by 1920 pixels. Okay. You could either type that in here, or for me, I just made this recently. So it already shows up. And I would go ahead and click that. And I would have exactly the right size of a document to show off on my phone. Okay. Now I'm going to come back out here to my Canva homepage. I already made one. And so I'm going to walk you through mine. Okay. I want you to see an example because sometimes if you're staring at the blank page, it's going to be very, very intimidating. Okay. So you have something that looks like a blank page, just like this. And I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to do. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. You don't need to see the whole page. You'll only need to see a little bit of the time. Okay. So for step number one, you're going to come right over here to where it says design. Okay. And when you're in design right here, if you search the word QR code, okay, you're going to see cool images or like cool design templates for QR codes. So see, all I did was I was here at design and I typed in the word QR code. And look, it's showing me all of these cool different designs. So you find anything that matches your brand, even if it doesn't match your brand colors, just go ahead and select it. And then you can change the color backgrounds to match with your brand. And that's exactly what I did, right? So I just picked the very simplest one. I can't remember if it's on here. Let me go ahead and show here, but I just picked one that I liked. I picked this one. I just picked this one here that said scan here, and then I changed it. Okay. So if I go like this, I will say add as a new page. So now I have the template. So let me shrink this down. Okay, so now I have the template. I could have picked any one of those, you guys, but obviously my brand is not baby pink and darker pink. That's not my brand. Okay, so I went ahead and changed everything. I changed the backgrounds, I changed the fonts. And in the end, after I did that, here's what mine looks like. Let me scroll down. I'm going to make it smaller so you can see. Okay, so here's what mine looked like after I did that. How did I do that? I changed the background to one of my backgrounds. I changed it to my font size, my fonts, right? I know which fonts I use all the time. You should know that too, okay? And then I made it clear exactly what this particular QR code, I didn't put it on here because I want to do it live with you together so you can see how to do it, okay? But I did go ahead and I made the description about what this is, right? So for me, this one says, let's connect, schedule a content collaboration. Okay. So this is for us to explore content. This is not, I have a different one. So you can see, I'm going to show you the ones that I am making. Okay. So I have one to actually be a guest on my podcast. You'll notice I'm using my multiple different backgrounds that I use. The reason that I'm doing that is I want them to be very visually different for me, so that I don't accidentally have somebody scan the wrong code. Okay. So for this, let's connect. I just want to meet with them. So this one is going to connect to my Calendly appointment. Okay. And then it's a collaboration. So we're going to hop on a quick call, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and we're going to talk about, okay, what content that I do could be good for your people, you do could be good for my people. Yay, let's schedule it. So then we might be scheduling something like a podcast episode. Okay. But I might very well run in, let's say that I'm at Hicks or I'm at Mindshare. Okay. I might run into someone who we already know each other and maybe we've even done content before. And they're telling me about a new project, a new book, a new something cool. And that thing that they're telling me about is perfect for my audience. I just want to get them booked on my podcast. I don't need to meet with them. Like, I know they're cool. I know we're cool together. I know my audience will love them. I would go ahead and use this one and I would have them scan this link to get, and they would go to my podcast booking page. Okay. If you don't have a podcast booking page, then you need to have that set up. Okay. So again, if you don't have these type of systems, oh wait, you guys are seeing something oddball here. I want to make sure you're still back collecting. So let me share a different screen with you. I'm so sorry about that. Here, let me bring you up to speed where I have been. I'm going to replace my screen sharing and we're in this one. Yeah, we're going to be in that one. Okay. But I was just explaining. So let me show you. Your guys are here. Okay. So I was showing you that I went ahead and I downloaded a new one. I'm going to do it again. So I went here. We're following these steps together. I'll zoom in a little bit. Okay. We're following step number 1, design. Okay. So I clicked right here, design. And then I chose QR. If you just type in QR code, I want you to see this so you can pick any template you like. You might like this one, right? You might be like, woohoo, that one is so colorful and lovely. I love it. And maybe those aren't your brand colors and that's not your background. So you might change these to whatever color is in your brand, and you would change this background here, all that good stuff. That's what I was showing you. I'm so sorry that you couldn't see that. My bad. Okay. It's a little bit difficult in Restream. I have to go back into my Restream window to see what you guys can see. Okay. So now you've picked any design that you wanted. Okay. So we're going to go back over here. You've picked any design you wanted. You're simply going to customize it. So obviously I don't need that one and I don't need that one because I've already designed my own. Okay. To design my own, I put my own background and my own fonts, and I only left the placeholder for the QR code. Okay. And I did one to go to my Calendly. That'll be this one. And it looks visually different. Okay. I want them to be visually different so it's really clear in my blonde brain which invitation I'm showing on my phone. Okay. So this one would be to do a collaboration together. That's going to go to my Calendly link to book a time with me for 30 minutes. This one is going to go straight to my podcast booking page. Okay. This one is going to go straight to my affiliate partner link. So if I'm talking to someone and they're like, wait, Joy, you can help people turn their protocol into an online program that's scalable and makes them more money, I need to sign up to be an affiliate for that. Like right away, there's 10 people at this conference that I would like to tell about your services. And then they're going to make a commission on that. Okay. So I like to have this one because oftentimes at conferences, I will meet people who want to be promoting like right away. Okay. All right. Lisa is texting me. Thank you, Lisa. Okay. So now I have 3 different versions here that I want to do. Okay. So I'm going to pop back over here and to make sure, yeah, you guys are seeing the right window. You guys are so sweet. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So now you can see the 3 different templates that I made. I would like for you to tell me in chat at your next event, what is the number one thing that you would like to have an easy QR access code from your phone when you're interacting with people? Okay. Tiffany, you probably need people to go to your podcast page because you have a great podcast. Okay. So my guess would be for you, having a QR code link that went directly to your podcast booking page is exactly where you want those people to go. Okay. If you do not already have a podcast page set up, that's going to be very difficult for some of you to do. Okay. Again, I am a big believer in creating systems that set you free. Okay. It might be like, Joy, why would I set up a podcast page? That sounds so time consuming. I would rather have 20 emails back and forth trying to figure out when someone could be booked on my podcast page. No, you wouldn't. Okay. So if you do not have systems in place, please take advantage of booking a game plan session with my team and let's find which systems that we've already built that you might want to put in place. Okay. Because if we can save you time and we can make you more money with systems that are already working for other practitioners, that's a smart move for you. Okay. All right. So let's head back in here. I want you to pick any one of these. Okay. For now, I realize that we're all going to have fun styling these pages. Okay. So maybe you don't already have your cute little faded backgrounds made. Maybe you don't have your logo handy or your fonts. Don't worry about that. I want you to follow along with me now. And I just want you to make the QR code and then you can circle back and you can change the background. See, this is a background for me. Like I could move this background all around. It's easier to see on this one. Like this background is a background. I use it all the time, right? So I could just be like, where do I want the color to be? I could move it around. Don't worry so much about the styling right now, but at least pick which things that you're going to want to have for easy access on your phone. For me, I'm choosing to do my Let's Connect. That's going to go to Calendly. I'm choosing to do the link to be a guest on my podcast page. And I'm choosing to do the link to get signed up as an affiliate partner for me. This one for me, you guys, can be a very profitable one because if I'm at a conference with other people who want to make money by telling other people what I do, then that means I not only have myself at the conference, like making connections, but now I have affiliate partners who are also meeting other people and saying, hey, have you talked to Joy? She totally does that. She can totally do that for you. And they can have a link to, promote whatever they think is good for the person they're talking to. And they'll have their affiliate links ready. Luckily, I could go back to my hotel room. I could log into Kartra. I could go into approve them as an affiliate and then send them their links via text message or email or however I wanted to do that. I could send them QR codes with their links, with the picture to put on their phone. If I wanted to be a really awesome affiliate partner for them, if I thought they were going to be an affiliate partner, I would take the time to do that. Okay. So now instead of just me at the conference, I've got other people who might be promoting me at the conference too. Okay. So I've got connecting with me, I've got my affiliate partnership, and I've got my be a guest on my podcast show. Okay. So now, okay, Joy, we've got these images, but we don't have the QR codes. Let's go ahead and get to how do we create the QR code in Canva. Okay. So now, in the second step, I'm going to zoom in over here so you can see this. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in and then I'm going to make sure you can see it. Okay. So let me come back over here to restream. Yes, you can see it. Okay. So now step number 2 is to come over here and look for this icon where it says elements. Okay. So you're going to click elements in the left-hand toolbar over here. You're going to click elements. And I literally want you to type this in here: QR code generator free. Okay. Because there are amazing QR codes out there. Okay. But a lot of them cost a lot. And Canva inherently has a QR code generator that you can use for free. Okay. And all you need to do is have the URL ready for the page that you want to send people to. Okay. Now let me see in Restream exactly how much of my screen you can see. Okay. I'm going to go and I'm going to hit Calendly and I'm going to see if you guys can see that. You can. Okay. So I have Calendly as my scheduler. Okay. I also have the Calendly Chrome browser tool installed. Okay. So what that means is when I click this Calendly here, I can see all my different calendar types. So what am I going to do? I'm going to grab a link to my Heal It Scale show guest booking calendar. Okay. So I guess we'll go ahead and let me do one first. So I have just a content collaboration. You guys can have a laugh at how many different types of sessions I have. Okay. So for me, the first one that I'm going to create is my content collaboration session. So you can see I have a few of these. When I just want to meet with someone and figure out, are we a good fit? Is what they do good for my audience? Then I'm going to choose this one right here. I call it a collaborative content exploration. Okay. Now from Calendly, it lets me choose 2 different links. Okay. Now, typically, if I was doing this via email with someone, I would give them a one-time link. Reason being, I don't want them to have, I don't always want them to be able to book a half hour on my schedule whenever they want. That would piss me off. They could be booking all the time. That would get really annoying, right? But when you're creating a QR code, you don't want to use your one-time link because then once somebody went to that link, everybody else who scans the QR code will not be able to book an appointment with you because it was just a one-time link. It was not a, use it as often as you want link. So we want to grab, again, I'm doing my content collaborations exploration. It's 30 minutes long. I'm going to grab just copy the link. Okay. Not the one-time link, but the regular link. I'm going to close that browser and I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to paste that link right into the URL. And then I'm going to ask Canva to generate the code. Okay. So that is the code that it created. I'm going to take this code and I'm going to move it over. So hold on. Let me just bloop. Okay, I'm going to move that code that I just made on this page, and I'm going to drag it down to the next page. Okay, so let me close this so you can see it bigger. So now I have my QR code, and I'm just going to center it nice and cute right here in as big as I can. Okay, and I might need to make these a little bigger. I'll zoom in nice and close so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so there, I have the outline. I'm going to make the QR code as big as I can without messing with those outer regions there. So it's easy for people to scan on my phone. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. We did it. Okay. So now when we show this image on our phone, which is going to take up the whole screen, right? We can show that to someone and they can click a link and they can go directly to my Calendly. What's going to happen, you guys? So let's talk about this for a quick second. What is going to happen when they click on that link? Okay. I don't have any follow-up to do. Okay. There's no follow-up for me to have to do that because in Calendly, when they book that appointment, as soon as they book, they get a confirmation email. And then 3 days before, no, I think it's 2 days before the event, they get a reminder. 1 day before the event, they get a reminder. And then I think mine's 2 days, 1 day, an hour before. I think that's right. Or 3 hours before. It's whatever you schedule it to be. But that's what mine is. 2 days before, 1 day before, and an hour before the event. So now I met the person. They're on my schedule. They're getting reminder emails from me to show up for that session. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to do jack shit, you guys. I built this image one time. And after building it one time, I have it on my phone for every future conference. The only time I would have to update or change it is if I did any changes to the Maybe I switched from Calendly to a different scheduler link and I need to grab a different code. Okay. So I'm going to do that one more time for you, just so you get the hang of it. Okay. Just in case I moved too fast. Okay. So now let's go ahead and do this becoming an affiliate partner one. Okay. So I'll make this one nice and big. This is the one that I'm working on now. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do exactly what I told you, which is come on back over to Elements. I want to generate a QR code for free. And now I'm going to ask it to generate a code for a different link. Okay. So for this one, let me grab a link really quickly to my affiliate. Join us as our affiliate partner. Okay. I've got my link. Okay. So now I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to give it the link for my affiliate page. Okay. And I'm going to ask it to generate the code. It generated the code. Now I'm going to zoom in. And I'm going to make this just a tiny bit bigger because I like the code to scan really quickly when I'm talking with someone. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger and put that in there. A little bit bigger. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay. And now I have a QR code to schedule a collaboration session with me. I have a QR code for people ready to sign up. And then, of course, I could grab another QR to my Be a Guest page. And then anybody who scans that code would go to that page. I won't make you watch me do that again. I think you got it. Okay. But if we're just going to recap exactly what we did, you created a new design. Okay. That new design was 1080 pixels wide by 1920 pixels tall. And once you were in that design, you came over here, you searched the templates for just QR code, and you see all these pretty designs. Okay. Yours don't have to look like mine. You're going to pick any one of these that lights your fire. Okay. After you do that, you're going to move on to Elements. So you're going to click here in this area right here. Okay. And you're going to search QR code generator free, and you will find this awesome Canva tool for creating your QR code. Okay. All you do is put the link right there. Okay. And then you're going to circle back and design the background. So step number 3, just have fun designing it. You see, I took my colors, my fonts, and I had some fun designing it. And now we're on to step number 4. How in the heck, Joy, am I going to get these onto my phone? Okay, let me show you that next piece. Okay, that next piece is I want to go ahead and hit share. Let me see if you can clearly see this here. Yeah, you can clearly see this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit share, and we're going to choose download. And I like to do a PNG for these. You can use JPEGs if you prefer. If your phone will only take JPEGs, then you should use JPEGs. Okay, so just in case, I know my Apple phone can handle the PNGs, but I don't know if non-Apple phones. So let's make this easy on ourselves, and let's just go ahead and do these as JPEGs. Okay, and I want the quality to be 100%. Reason being, I want this code to scan really quickly. Okay. If I want absolute confidence that's going to scan quickly, I'll just do it right now with my phone. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scan that image. So I'm using my phone and I'm going to scan my QR code and just make sure it works. Yep, it works. And then I click open in Chrome. And let me make sure it's taking me. Yep. And it's taking me right to my Calendly, which is awesome. Okay. I could try to show that to you after, but first let me finish. Okay. So now we know that we've got it. Let me see. I don't need the instructions page because that was just for me to make sure I didn't miss any points in talking to you guys. But I definitely want to download all 3 of these images. And then I want to have them on my phone. Okay. So I'm going to go, let's say that you just wanted to do them one at a time. I have to do my 3rd one. So if I download all 3 of them, they're going to land in your downloads folder as a zip file. Then you double click the zip file to open it, and you'll see all 3 images. Okay. But for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to download one of them at a time, and I'll click done, and then I'll click download. Okay. And then that's going to download, and it's going to be in my downloads folder, and woohoo. Now what do I do? Okay. Dan Wasserman is saying, well, here, I'll just put it on. Okay. Dan Wasserman is saying, what about digital business cards? Where would you send them? So Dan, I'm assuming that you mean you're having a digital business card on your phone. you would send them wherever you know you'd want to send people at that conference. Okay. So I'm going to give you my examples from if I'm going to Mindshare, for example. Okay. If I am going to Mindshare, then somebody's scanning the code to go online, which is funny. Okay. Maybe you want to collaborate with me and put content out. That's funny. Okay. So Dan, for me, I want to be able to meet collaborative partners. I want to meet affiliate partners. I want people to be on my podcast. So I would have QR codes for all of those. Okay. Now, for me, if I was going to Mindshare, I would also have a QR code for the things that practitioners would need. So why would I do that? Because guess who's going to Mindshare? All y'all, right? Like a whole bunch of practitioners are going to Mindshare. And is it possible that I might meet a practitioner who is pissed off that they have an audience of freebie seekers and they don't have a list and an audience of buyers? Then I might say to them, hey, have you ever thought about maybe not giving away a bunch of free lead magnets, but actually offering them an upfront lab test through a signing physician? And then those people are showing you they're willing to put some skin in the game. They're willing to throw down some cash. Would that help you? Because I've already built the process and I can just give it to you. And they would say, Joy, yes, like I want to start now. Like I want to start in my hotel room tonight after Mindshare. Okay, great. Scan, right? And then I have it right there on my phone, and then they can scan it and they can use it. Okay. So Dan, what you want to do is think through the people who are going to this conference. What do you want to connect them to in your online ecosphere? Okay. It might be booking an appointment with you. It might be buying a program from you. It might be booking a consult with you. Any of those things, you should be sending them. That's why I like this version better than a digital business card, because essentially this is a digital business card that actually gets shit done, right? Because they went through to Calendly and they went through to Calendly and I have my automated messages set up. And so when I get back to my office on Monday morning, I don't have to remember to follow up with them. Okay. It's just done. So it's like a digital business card that you control, right? It's a digital business card that you control. And Tiffany is saying this is brilliant. Okay, awesome. I'm so glad you think it's brilliant, Tiffany. I think this could work really well for you, for guests at your podcast, for you in your example. So if you don't know Dr. Tiffany Troza, she is amazing in the women's cancer space. And she is the person that helps them navigate that while keeping their sanity and up-leveling their chances of getting the absolute best outcome. So if she was going to a conference to speak to women who were navigating their cancer journey, let's think about that. Like, what should she have ready on her phone? Do they want to be a guest on her podcast? Like, maybe, right? Maybe. I don't know. If she wants to have them as a guest because they have a particularly interesting journey, yay, she might want that QR code. But my guess would be that she would want a QR code to get into her group, right? To get into her group program that helps women navigate to the best possible outcomes. So if I were her, I would have a QR code for that. If someone walks up to her after her speech and is like, I am 3 months into navigating and I feel like I'm losing my mind. And you mentioned your program in your speech. Like, how do I get involved with you? How do I sign up? I want this. I need people who are in my same boat. How cool is that? She's like, I hear you, sister. I hear you. Like, here, just scan this right now and it'll take it to, just leave that open in your browser and you can make a decision later, but explore it, read it, like see what's possible for you. So she may want to have a QR code to her group program for navigating cancer to the best possible outcome. That would be a smart move for her. What about people who are not into group? And the woman says to her, well, that sounds great, but I'm very shy and I'm feeling a little like emotionally weak right now. Group doesn't sound inviting to me. Could you work with me privately? Bam, QR code for booking a private session with her. Yes, I totally hear you, my friend. I totally hear you. Some women love community. Some women need to do this in private. I totally get you. Here's this code. And she would have them scan that code, right? What if in that discussion, she was talking about her book? Right? She could have the QR code that went directly to Amazon if she wanted to sell it on Amazon, or directly to her BookFunnel sales page. And she could be making direct sales, right? So she didn't have to give Amazon a cut. All right. So, Dan, the answer to where would I send them is, what is the right next best step for the audience that you're likely to be interacting with? For me, if I went to Mindshare, I'm either going to find practitioners who want to work with me. So that means I might have my book a call session. So this like same, QR code that I put up here for you guys to like meet with me, with my team. For God's sake, you guys get to talk with the genius who pulled Amy Myers out of the burnout mode in her clinic and into a multi-million-dollar a year empire in the online space. I would want to have that QR code ready for them. Okay. A couple other QR codes, Dan, that I like to have ready on my phone is a lot of people, like, for example, when I was at Hicks, almost all of the practitioners there we were all interacting on Instagram. So I like to have my Instagram QR code ready so people are not like, wait, how do you spell your name? And what's your Instagram handle? Like, no, I don't like that. I just show them, oh, here you go. And they center it in on their phone. They scan it. It takes them to Instagram. They're on my page. They're DMing me. We're in conversations. Prospects enrolled. They're in my world. They're making money. I'm happy. They're happy. Everybody wins. Okay. So I want you to think, you guys, at the next conference that you're going, like drop it in with me. Like, where is the next thing that you're going? Like, are you going to be meeting with your prospects? In which case you want direct links to sales pages for the things that you want them to buy, or you want direct links to book a consultation or sales call with you. That would be my top guesses if you're going to a conference where you're interacting with a body of your prospects. Okay. Then there's a different setting where we are interacting with our peers. Okay. So if I was going to a marketing conference, right? I am going to one. I'm going to one with Perry and Emma. Okay. And it's coming up next week. Okay. So when I go to that conference, what I'm going to have ready, those are not practitioner prospects. Like, I won't meet practitioner prospects there, but will I meet other marketers? Let's say I meet a marketer who is really good at doing Facebook ads. Okay. Laurel Portier. Okay. I love Laurel Portier in the Facebook ad space. Let's say I run into Laurel. I love Laurel. And she's like, man, Joy, all of a sudden I'm finding that there's a whole bunch of health practitioners in my world, health coaches and, therapists and fitness people and doctors, all these different kinds of people. I'm finding that I have a lot more medical people in my world. What can you help them? Like, how can I connect them to you so that they can help them? I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. I have a ton of people who are ready to run ads to their books. Let me introduce them to you, right? So then for her, I would do a content collaboration. We'd hop on that call. I would figure out what, meta advertising conversation we want to put in front of our audience. She would figure out what scaling your, health knowledge information she wants to put in front of her audience. Chocolate peanut butter. Okay. We've got our peanut butter cup from her expertise and my expertise, and everybody wins. So you want to think through, what is the conference that you're going to? Who is going to be there, and what are the right connections that you want to make in order to do that. Okay. I'm going to take a chance here and see on the off chance that my phone will connect. I feel like there's some security issue with my phone and my Restream. And so it's not able to show for some reason, it's not showing my phone. Okay. So I'm going to pull us back into this QR code generator here, and you're just going to have to trust me, right? So we export these images. How do we get the images from our download folder on the desktop over to our phone? We simply pull up our AirDrop window. Well, you guys, I'm on a Mac. So let me see if you can even see this in Restream. Yeah, you can't. Let me see if Restream will let me share that screen. Yeah, it doesn't do it because it's just a dialog box. Okay, so if you are familiar with AirDrop on your Mac, you can just AirDrop something from your Mac, like from your from your computer to your phone or to your iPad. I airdrop them to my phone. They land in my photos folder, or I can also save them to my files folder. Okay. If you are on a PC, I don't know what the airdrop equivalent is for PC. And so I would say, email them to yourself. Okay. So I would open an email. I would add all of the three or four QR codes that I downloaded from the Canva images. After they were downloaded, I would email myself. So I'm going to email from Joy to Joy. I would email it to myself. And then I would open that email on my phone and I would download the email that way. Okay. Apple makes everything so easy. So it's easy to just airdrop them straight to your phone. Okay. Tiffany is saying, let me make sure you guys can see this. I miss where you store the codes so they are readily available at the conference. Great question, Tiffany. So what I do is I airdrop them to my phone. So they're actually available in my photos. Okay. If you don't want to, the only downside to using your photos, you guys, is, if you have pictures of something you don't want people to see. Okay. Like I don't have any pictures on my phone that I'm afraid of. Those are not things I would keep on my phone. Right. So for me, I'm happy. Oh, they might see a picture of my dog or my son or whatever if I was scrolling through to get to the photos. But when I'm at a conference, I like them to be right there in my photos. I also store them in files on my phone. Okay. But photos is the easiest and most accessible because most of us keep the actual photos on the front screen of our phone. And so we can be chatting with someone, tap the Photos app, open it, scroll through to the right image, and then show it to them. And then they can scan the code and they're off to the races. So Tiffany, answer to that question for me personally is I share them as in my photos images and also in files. And files is where you might store you can store images, but like PDFs and that kind of thing. Unless you keep that on the front page of your phone, it will take you a few more seconds to get to that. So photos is my favorite. Okay. So I just keep them in my photos, open photos, scroll through, find the one that's right for that person. Right? For that person. It's very important that we have the right QR code for the right person. Okay. So that's why I recommend. So like Tiffany, if memory serves, your brand has like a bubblegum pink and teal and white, right? Like the white backgrounds. So you might have, if you have 3 different QR codes, use 3 different brand colors so that you visually have confirmation that you're sent, oh yeah, this is the right QR code for the right person, right? I want them to book on my podcast, or I want to book a sales session, or I want to book a content collaboration, or I want to send them to a sales page, all of those things. Super, super easy. Okay. Questions for me about this process, please throw them down in chat. I am more than happy to make sure you guys are clear on this. But just to recap, let me just walk you through the steps. Okay. There we go. Share. Okay. So I have summarized the steps here for you. Okay. You're simply going to start a brand new Canva design. The design size should be, so you can see here, right? File size. The design size should be 1080, so 1080 pixels by 1920 pixels. Okay. That should be the blank design size that you create. And then once you have it open, you're going to start up here at top for design. You're going to search QR code, and then you're going to pick one of these that you think is cute. Okay. There's a lot of cute ones, tons. Once you've selected one, okay, then you're going to move on to elements. So that's this second feature down right here in Canva. Make sure you guys can see this, okay? Yeah. Here, I'm going to hide this so it's even bigger, okay? And we can hide this so you can see as we recap. Don't need to see that. Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to put the link to wherever we want them to go. Is it a Calendly place? Then we're going to do that one first. Okay. So in mine, we've got this guy right here. I've got my content collaboration link. I've got become an affiliate partner for me link. And now I just need my be a guest on my podcast show link. Won't make you guys sit through and wait for me to do that one too. But once you've got the QR codes in there, now have some fun designing. Change the backgrounds, your fonts. Okay. And then after that, export them to your phone. Okay. I recommend that you export them and you just save them in your photos. When you do the airdrop, it asks you like, oh, where do you want to store them? And you're like, yeah, I want it in my photos. Just keep it in your photos. And then flash a QR code, start making some connections, start expanding your network, start sending buyers directly to a page where they can get what they want. You guys, I highly recommend that you follow those steps and get a much higher ROI than I see the average practitioner making when they're spending so much money, right? You guys, it's not just the cost of the ticket, right? It's the cost of flying there and the hotel and all the food. And if you printed or brought any materials for people with you, like that could massively add to your expense. Why do you need to do that? Like, even for you, Tiffany, if there was someone who was considering having you as a guest of the podcast and you wanted to have a QR code that took them to a free promotional copy of your book or something, like you could have a QR code that did that. Okay, there's a QR code for that. You could have it on your phone. So you have a QR code for just about anything. Okay, so that is my tip and the process of making sure that you can take advantage of this. If you would like the checklist that I showed you, so do you remember I told you that there were a few other things? This was the only part that you guys got hung up about. Okay, so being able to quickly state what you do and for whom, that's described in there too. Okay, so that, and then building these tools. Okay, everything else that I suggest in here, easy peasy. But this was the one that over on Instagram, this like building the essential tools piece, this is where people were getting stuck. Okay, so that's why I decided, okay, great. No, we'll just unravel that on today's session and get you all fixed up. Okay, so if you do not already have that, let me put that QR code just the one more time. Okay, that QR code will take you directly to my Instagram. The word that you need, this is asking you to DM me cash pay client. So let me just, I want you to DM me conference. DM me conference. There we go. So in the instructions there, like I changed this for every show. So sorry about that. So DM me the word conference and you'll get that conference guide. Again, it's a Google document, so you can change it. You can have your team work on it with you. You can have them watch this video and they can create the QR codes for you. Okay. Any questions before I let you guys go today? How do we get access to the checklist? Yeah, that's a great question. So you guys go ahead and scan this code. And then you will DM me on Instagram the word conference, and it will automatically give it to you, Dr. Lisa. It'll automatically make sure. I don't automate a lot of things on there, but if it's a handout, I don't want you guys to wait. So I do have it set up as an automation. So you don't have to wait at all. It'll just give you the link and you can make a copy in your own Google Drive, and it's an editable copy. Dr. Lisa, it's an editable copy. So if you want to change things, you can make it your own. I highly recommend you customize this. Okay. All right. Any of you who are ready to get a plan together to make sure that 2026 is the absolute best year on record for you, I invite you to book a game plan session with my team. Okay. Now, this isn't for people who are just starting out. They have no idea. They don't have any protocols together. They don't have any social proof. That's not for you. Okay. But if you're like, go and brush my shoulder off, I'm really good at what I do in the one-on-one setting. And it's time for me to make the leap from trading time for money and doing this in the one-on-one setting. And it is absolutely time for me to build group programs and a lab test funnel that brings in people to my email list and my audience in a way that actually gets me paid instead of gathering a bunch of freebie seekers. So if you're ready to build your group program, pull them into your world via a lab test funnel, a form of marketing that actually gets you paid to do your marketing, and put systems in place that protect your time, then please schedule a call and you'll speak with the person who literally got Amy Myers out of burnout and into a multi-million-dollar online empire. He's just going to tell you exactly what we would do if your business was our own. And then he'll tell you what it looks like to deploy those recommendations with us. And if you don't want to deploy them with us, go deploy them on your own. Okay. But that is my advice. If you're trying to get ready for 2026 to be your best year, like now's the time, no time like the present, right? There will be some foundational things that you need to set up in the online space so that you can have your biggest year. And if you start now in September, then by the time, the New Year's runs around, heck, you're going to be ready to go. You're going to be steps ahead of the game. All right. If you guys have questions for me, please go ahead and DM them to me and ask me. I'm super happy to handle those via Messenger. So if you have questions about the process that we talked about, then please ask them. But more than anything, I want you guys to go to these conferences. I want you to make connections. I want you to keep your continuing education credits going. And along the way, I want you to make profitable connections and even sales. If it's to your prospects, it's an event where your prospects will be. I want you to make connections and I want you to make sales at those events in an automated way. Okay. So can you see how if one of your QR codes goes to a sales page for your group program? Well, when someone buys your group program, they get their first email that welcomes them, and then they start getting all the fulfillment emails. So there literally is no follow-up for you to do. What I love about that is that it makes those events more profitable for you, yes, but it also has you show up more present and engaged with the people that you meet. It makes you show up as a better ambassador for your brand and as a better potential content partner for other brands. Okay. Because you're not thinking like, oh my God, here goes another business card into my purse. And am I even going to have time to go through this purse full of business cards and follow up with all of these people on Monday, knowing that when I get back to my office on Monday, there's going to be a stack of things that I'm behind on? I don't want that for you. I want you to show up bright and brilliant and engaged and connected at these events. And this is the shortcut for you to be able to do that. All right. The word was conference. Yes, exactly. Okay, perfect. Yeah, thank you for letting her know. The word is conference. So if you go to my Instagram, you DM me the word conference, it will tell you exactly what to, it'll give you a little dialogue box. It says, hit the button. You'll see a Google page that says make a copy and you'll have one of your own. All right, you guys. All right, get out there, connect, make money. I will see you guys soon. I look